Hi, you guys. It is officially festival season. I know you guys are getting ready to go to music festivals, be it something like Coachella, or I believe Burning Man is later this year, which is a fun art and sort of music, sort of everything festival. But one thing I hadn't covered yet in my channel is a festival makeup tutorial. I was thinking, I really want to get one out for you guys. So I sat down today and kind of pulled out a few things and decided to film a festival makeup tutorial for you guys. I'm also going to be having a festival hair tutorial for you guys that's going up on Friday. So that will be up very, very soon as well. This is the look that I did. Now this is a very, very easy look. It uses very few brushes. You're using primarily your fingers, except for a little bit of the eyes. And it's also very, very heat proof. Well, I wouldn't say proof, nothing's really heat proof, but it's very, very heat resistant. It's very comfortable. Doesn't feel like you're wearing a ton of makeup. So it's not going to drip down your face and it's not going to cake or break apart. So if you guys want to see exactly how I got this look, keep watching. So I'm going to jump right in and get started. For my face, I do have moisturizer on my face, and now I'm adding my Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminate Primer, which I love, and I'm just popping this everywhere. You want to keep in mind that anything you put on your face needs to be very moisturizing. Yes, it is hot. Yes, this applies even if you have oily skin. If you have oily skin, take powder in case you need to touch up. But otherwise, if you're in the desert especially, it's going to suck the moisture straight out of your skin. Gone. Keep that in mind. So next I'm using my Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. This is in medium sheer tint. And I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. The great thing about this look is not only is it perfect for wearing to festivals, but it's also perfect if you're there for 2 or 3 days to have this makeup to take with you. It's a very small amount of products. It can easily fit in a standard size makeup bag. And most of this can apply with only a very, very few tools. Okay, I have my BB cream on. Now, mind you, this is very light coverage, but that's what we're going for. Now I'm going to go in and do my concealer. I'm using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which is my very favorite concealer. One, because I can use it all over my face, and two, it blends in really, really well with your fingers. Now I am adding a little bit of powder, but it's a very, very light translucent powder. I would avoid wearing colored powders because if they break up or separate, it's going to be very, very obvious. So I'm going in with my Tarte Smooth Operator powder, which is also great to travel with because it only has 2 little holes in it, so the product doesn't tend to fly everywhere. I'm just using a super big fluffy brush to apply this with because I want a very, very light application. Multi-use products are your best friend here, so don't think you need to take a separate powder for your concealer, a separate powder for your face, and a third powder to touch up. Pick one that's going to work for all of them. So I am going to do a little bit of bronzing and highlighting just because I am very, very pale. So I'm going in with my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny. And just one of my favorite Real techniques. This is the Expert Face Brush. I'm just going in and doing a very light little contour on either side. Now for blush, I'm using my Maybelline Dream Bouncy blush. This is in the shade Fresh Pink. Now, you can apply this either with a brush or your fingers, but since it's a cream product, I would suggest using your fingers. And it just goes on really, really nicely. I am doing a tiny bit of highlight, but I'm going with more of a golden highlight than an icy highlight. I'm using my NYX Illuminator, and this is in the shade Narcissistic. It's a very warm, peachy, goldeny highlight, and I'm just going in with my ring finger and just tapping it right along on top of my cheekbone and blending it out. This is a very, very subtle highlight, which is one of the reasons I love it. Sorry about that, guys. My camera battery died. I just finished highlighting along my cheekbones, a tiny bit down my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and just a tiny little bit above my eyebrows. As you can see, it's very, very light, and that was what I was going for. You're definitely going to be sweating enough, so you don't need a ton of highlight. Plus, while highlight looks amazing on camera, heavy, heavy, heavy highlight doesn't look fantastic in natural daylight. It really doesn't. It's all about balance. So my face is completely done. So I'm going to move you guys in and we're going to work on the eyes and eyebrows. Alright, so before I begin my eyes, I'm going to work on my eyebrows, and I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. The main reason for going with a brow pencil over my beloved dip brow is, again, for sanitary reasons, not having to use a brush that's going to get wet with product. And because this can be a lot faster and a lot easier if you're not used to using something like a dip brow. So I'm just going in and filling in my eyebrows, basically just adding in color where I don't have any, and filling out my tail area because that's where I have the most problems. I have plenty of brow hair in the front. It's just very, very light, and the tail is just pretty much non-existent. There we go. I'm going for a very, very light eyebrow, and I suggest you do the same. Well, for me, this is a light eyebrow. At a festival is definitely not the time to do the whole Instagram brow trend, which I'm personally not a fan of anyway, but you know, if you are going to do it or going to try it, a festival is not the place for it because your brows are going to be on your cheeks probably, I'd bet, within about an hour. Now for my eyes, if you are going to wear eye makeup, a good primer is an absolute must. Today I'm using the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eye Primer, but pretty much any good eye primer you like will work. I would suggest not using a brand new product that you haven't used before when going to a festival. You want to know that what you're using is going to stay put. And if you do want to use a brand new product, then try it out a couple days beforehand. Right, so for my eyes today, I'm using the L'Oreal La Palette Nude. I decided to go with this one because they're very neutral brown tones, and I don't want anything too crazy color-wise. Because, again, one little smear and it's all over your face. So I would definitely go light and natural. Here is the palette. I really, really love this palette. I'm very impressed with it for a drugstore palette. And how many times can I use the word palette in a sentence? Probably a lot. So I am going to go in with, let me find the brush I want to use. There we go. My super fluffy brush. You guys have seen this brush probably in like every tutorial I've done lately. This and the smaller version of it. These are e.l.f. brushes. These are $1 and they are amazing. I love these brushes. So I am going in to the third shade over, which is this nice creamy, it's like a light brown, but almost has like a taupey feel to it. It's more of a taupe than a brown, but oh well. I'm taking that on a super fluffy brush, and I am putting this all over my eye. This is going on the lid, this is going in the crease, and this is going above the crease. This isn't something I do super often, but I really like the look of a very soft wash of color all over the eye for festivals. So I'm going to grab a clean brush to go ahead and blend that out because it got a little heavy up near the eyebrow. There we go. And as you can see, I did take it out in more of a winged out shape than straight up. Now that that's blended out, I'm taking a small smudge brush and going into the exact same color, and I'm going to smudge that underneath my lower lash line. And I'm taking this very low. Typically, I keep things underneath the lower lash line very tight. I'm taking this lower and bringing it up to meet our upper shadow. Now, the trick with this is not to go with an eye color that is too pink or too red, because it's definitely going to cause some issues. So I do want to deepen up the crease just a tiny bit, so I'm going into this brown shade right here, taking it on that small pencil brush, and just popping it right in the crease. Just for a teensy bit more definition, only a little bit. And then I love this shade, this goldeny shade. It's very similar to the highlighter we used. So I'm just taking a little bit of that right on my ring finger, just dabbing it in the center of my lid, very lightly. These are all very similar in shade, so it gives that look of a one single wash of color, but with having just a tiny bit of variation. The trick to really help blending this out is taking a very dense blending brush and just going in, and you want to blend and blend and blend and blend and blend, especially in that top area. Now that that's all blended out, I am going to be adding just a tiny bit of highlight. So I'm taking that smudge brush again, and I'm going into this champagne-y highlight. It's at the very end of the palette, and I'm just using a teensy bit of this underneath my brow bone. And a little bit right in my inner corner. Since everything else is so matte, adding that little bit of highlight keeps everything from looking a little too, you know, dead, basically. So I am going to add just a little bit of eyeliner. Of course, this is completely optional. If your eyes are sensitive to eyeliner, especially in dry environments, I would go ahead and skip this. But I'm using the Sephora waterproof eyeliner, and this is in the color Black Lace, and this is a matte eyeliner. So I'm just going along my tight line with this. Ooh. Which, as you can probably tell by the faces I'm making, is not my favorite thing to do. It's one of those makeup steps that no matter how often you do it, you don't get used to it. I'm also going to take this on my lower waterline, but just about halfway in. So I am going to take that smudgy brush again. It has been wiped off, and just smudge out that lower a little bit. And I'm going in and curling my eyelashes. So today I'm actually using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Mascara, which I didn't love when I first got it. I did do a review on this mascara. I'm still kind of on the fence about it, mostly because it's still in the process of drying out. Like, not drying out, but it's a very wet formula, and I tend to like drier formula mascaras. So I'm kind of letting it get to that point where it's a little bit drier, before I kind of make a full I hate this or I love this. But it definitely gives you some amazing, amazing volume. So that's how quick and easy it was to do the eyes. They're very easy, very simple. And I want to say that festival is also not the place for a super high maintenance lip. I would avoid reds. I would avoid liquid lipsticks. I would avoid anything super creamy that's going to slip all over the place. So my very favorite combination for that is a lip pencil and a light sheer gloss. So I'm using the NYX lip liner in nude pink. And I'm going to top that with a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Maple Blondie. Alright, and that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I will be doing a matching hair tutorial to go with this makeup look, and that will be up on Friday. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!